Black Business School. I want to welcome you guys to the Black Financial Report. This is where I kind of break down some of what's happening in the economy and what's happening with the stock market. If you are a stock market investor, then throw your hands up. I hope that you're investing because investing is something that's really important for your economic future. If you're not investing, then you're probably going to be sorry that you're not participating in what many consider to be the strongest stock market in recent history, and also a great opportunity for those of you that are patient enough to hold on, for a little while. So anyway, as you come in, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to theblackfinancialchannel.com. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. And let's just break this down. What's going on, Jay Empress and Jay the Greatness and Empress Woke and Jason Moore? How are you? So right now, with the market's doing pretty well, actually. You're having a lot of upward movement, and it's not like this was a surprise. It's not like we didn't think that this was going to occur. A lot of the positive movement is driven by expectations that we're going to reach a deal on this whole stimulus package. I don't know why anybody thought we weren't going to reach a deal. I mean, why would you have thought that that wasn't going to happen? And so basically you're seeing, kind of things that are just really the predictions of the inevitable. And also another point that I've made consistently with you guys is that, when you're talking about market dips, whenever people tell me that the stock market's going to crash and that's why they don't invest, I say that's like saying that you're never going to go outside again because it's raining. Or that's like you saying that, you're going to kill yourself because your boyfriend doesn't want to date you anymore. You're going to find a new boyfriend, right? It's going to stop raining. The sun will eventually come back out. And so I think that, a lot of times we forget that because we get so trapped up in the moment. So right now, those of you who've been, persistent and consistent when it comes to your investing, you're getting rewarded right now because the market has gone up, I think, several days in a row. Now the price of gold has really, really taken off lately. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Gold tends to go up when you have inflationary expectations or economic uncertainty, which you have both of right now. You have a lot of issues with the nature of these stimulus packages. A lot of people feel that the dollar is as good as dead, that it's really just not going to be able to long-term withstand all the pressure that's going to be placed on it from excessive government borrowing. I mean, really to the point where it almost seems like we're printing money. Not that, I mean, we are, but there's a nuance to that. And this, these packages are massive. I mean, you're talking about like $1, $2, $3 trillion each time they come out with a deal. And you can't do that forever. Total government revenues each year is about $3 trillion. The economy is a $21 trillion economy. So you cannot operate a $21 trillion economy on a $3 trillion annual budget. That's what you might call that blessing loom math. We talked last night about how blessing looms and susus are two different things. And a blessing loom is defined technically as a pyramid scheme. A susu is a traditional investing vehicle. And that susu, or not susu math, I'm going to say susu math because that almost sounds like disrespectful to susus. But that blessing loom math is where somebody says, give me $200 and you'll get back $1,600. Well, that can't occur. I mean, if you have 10 people that all say, okay, we're all going to put in $200, but we're all going to get $1,600 back. That's not even possible, right? How's that even possible? Well, it's not possible, right? The only way it's possible is if you find somebody to pay the tab. Somebody has to make up the difference. Somebody has to fill in the gap. So to some extent, the economy, in certain ways, is a little bit like a big blessing loom. I mean, now that you really think about it, it's kind of like, oh, we need to make, $3 trillion appear out of nowhere. Well, fine, let's go and we're all going to put in nothing. We're all going to stay home, not go to work. And we're going to come up with $3 trillion and we're going to magically disperse it. And if you need 5 trillion, we'll disperse that too. And but remember, somebody has to pay the bill. So who's going to pay the bill? Well, it's going to be your children, my children, our grandchildren, and so that's what That's what you have to kind of process when you're looking at these big stimulus packages. Somebody will always pay the tab. You know, fortunately for us, it's not really so much going to be us, but somebody's going to have to pay that tab. So to some extent, the economy has become a big blessing loom. And we really are convinced, unfortunately, that we have an endless supply of money and that we can actually do this. So what do I think about crypto? First of all, thank you, Adobo, for your donation. I appreciate that. What is my take on crypto? My take on crypto is one that says that I need to get this fly out of my office. So hold on. Let me open this damn door. Y'all ever have a fly in your office and it drives you crazy? Like you really feel like you can't concentrate unless the fly leaves. Like I'm going through that moment right now. Please forgive me for that. So anyway, with crypto, I'm a fan of crypto. I invest in crypto. I have always invested in crypto. I look at crypto as a long-term investment, though. I don't invest in crypto as a fast money scheme. A lot of people did that, and that's why they got hammered when Bitcoin crashed. And if you go back and watch a lot of the videos I was making about crypto at that time, I kept repeatedly saying, look, you know, be really careful. This market is very unstable. Bad things can happen. But, you know, when people get excited about money actually, studies show that money affects your brain like a drug. So when people get high, they just get stupid. They go crazy. Alan Greenspan used to call this irrational exuberance. So when people get irrational exuberance, you tend to have, you know, all kinds of, you know, chaos. So the chaos led to people believing that they should do crazy things like go out and charge a bunch of Bitcoin on their credit card and not think that this story could really end badly. And so I think that with investing, you know, a lot of questions in finance actually don't have a yes or no answer. Most questions in finance really, the answer is very basic. The answer is it depends. It depends on what your risk tolerance is. It depends on whether you know what it is. It depends on whether things work out or don't work out. So if you ask me, so for example, when people are asking me about these blessing looms, you know, do I think they're a scam? Do I think that they should invest, you know, things like that? I would just say, well, it depends. I mean, do you know what it is? Do you understand how it works? You know, do you understand that it's not mathematically possible for everybody to put $200 in a pile and everybody to walk away with $1,600? You do understand that, right? You do understand that if there's 10 of us and we all put $200 in there, we can't all walk away with $1,600. That's not possible. Somebody else has to pay that bill. So the same way with those looms, and I think it's a great analogy to sort of look at the economy as a big blessing loom in the sense that when they say, look, we need a $5 trillion package, a $3 trillion package, a $1 trillion package. Oh, sure, we need more. We need more. And also on top of that, not only are we all going to get paid, but everybody's going to stay home from work. Nobody's going to work, but everybody's going to get paid. Well, that's a blessing loom kind of situation in the sense that that math does not stop being math just because you are emotional, right? Meaning that just because you feel afraid of the coronavirus, that does not mean that, you know, that money is going to just fall out of the sky from God. The money is going to have to come from somewhere. It's going to come from your children and grandchildren because the US dollar is in extreme danger of literally losing a chunk of its value. The dollar is going to be hit mainly from a few things. One is when you have massive amounts of unsustainable levels of government debt, that's an issue because it deflates the value of your currency. Two, when you have a substantial drop in national productivity, like you have, where people are not actually working and but the money's still supposed to come out of somewhere. You know, and then three, you have these massive spending packages, these massive fiscal spending bills. So the analogy to understand where your economy is going and where the economic pressure looks like is imagine a person who makes $30,000 a year, but they have $250,000 in student loan debt. That's your government. If you were to scale it down, your government is like a guy that makes 30 grand a year who is $250,000 in debt. He's already in trouble, right? Even if he works hard, he's already in trouble, right? But let's say that then the guy goes out and he maxes out all his credit cards. You know, he has a financial emergency, so he maxes out all his credit cards. His income drops. Like, so he was making 30,000 a year. Now he's only making 25, and he maxed out all his credit cards. Oh, and then he's also going to double his spending at the same time. How can that happen? That cannot work. You know, the only way he can survive is and this is how the federal government survives. The only way he can survive is if somehow somebody was crazy enough to give him a credit card with an infinite borrowing limit, at which point he could just borrow as much as he wants indefinitely and he'll never repay. But the thing is that guy's never going to be in the black. He's never going to be in the black. And if the chickens ever came home to roost and his credit limit ever got cut off, he would instantly be economically doomed. He would be done. He would be done. So the government exists, or the government's able to do a lot of what it does because they can just print the money. But eventually the money that they're printing is not going to have the value that it used to have. And, and so these really inflationary measures are causing not just the devaluing of the dollar, but it's simultaneously causing the price of gold to hit record highs. Gold is higher in value than it's ever been, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to keep going up, I think. I think there's a chance of that, right? But gold, I don't look at gold as a great investment. Like, I don't see gold as a place where you put money if you want to make money. Gold is a place you put money when you don't want to lose money. Right? Gold is what they call a safe haven. Gold is a safe haven. The yen is a safe haven. Bonds are a safe haven. This is not where you go when you're a young hustler on the grind trying to go make some money. This is where you go if you're a Rockefeller and you're just trying to make sure that, you don't lose another $1 billion in your portfolio because the markets have gone bad. People that become very wealthy, their interest is more focused on protecting wealth than growing wealth. So that's who the safe havens are mostly for. That's why I'm not running around here thinking I'm going to make $1 trillion by investing in gold. I don't look at gold that way. And crypto is also being seen as a safe haven investment, largely because the value of crypto tends to be negatively correlated with the value of the dollar. So as the dollar deflates, crypto is expected to rise. But there's a lot of uncertainty there. Another reason that the price of gold is going up is because people just don't know what the hell's happening. They don't know what the virus is going to do. They don't know what the economy is going to look like. There's just a huge amount of uncertainty, and it's causing people to get very, very, very nervous. Now, right now, they're working through a stimulus package in the government. The government looks like it's going to go ahead and finish up a deal and go ahead and get those checks written out, which they should. I mean, and I mean, come on, let's just keep it 100. $1,200 is nothing. Right? That's not. I mean, come on. What kind of stimulus check is that? That's garbage, right? But that's the country you live in. You live in a capitalist society. The bigger impacts will be on things like things that are more sustainable. Weekly unemployment amounts that are paid out to people, which are going to actually drop because the Republicans are not going to do $600 a week anymore. But there is conversation about back to work incentives. There's conversations about incentivizing corporations to hire people and keep them on the job. So that's just kind of what it is, economically. I think that they're going to pass another bill. I don't know if they can afford to keep passing stimulus packages. I think that, generally speaking, my hope is that we can just have balance and truth when it comes to how we respond to the virus. Like, I would hate to believe that we would all be working again or going back to school again if we had a Democrat in the White House. Like, I hate to believe that if Joe Biden were president instead of Trump, that we'd all be going back to school because suddenly everybody would feel safe again. And I felt that way, that politics was driving a lot of this back when they were telling everyone to stay home from work and the economy started tanking. But then when it came time to protest, they were encouraging people to go out and protest. Why are you encouraging people to go protest, but you don't encourage them to go to work? Why are you encouraging them to run the streets, burn down buildings or whatever, burn down businesses, but you're not encouraging them to go to church? If you're not encouraging one thing, you shouldn't be encouraging anything. So I think that politics is getting in the way of this. And so I would encourage you just to look for facts. Just look for the facts and look for the facts that are going to make sense for you. What else? Disney stock has been a great stock. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, share and subscribe button. And also, you guys, I don't know if you saw my podcast last night, but we decided in the Black Business School, we're going to start giving free advertising to as many Black businesses as possible. All you got to do is follow the Black Business School on Instagram, and we'll do Black Business shout outs where you can put the name of your business, a one-sentence description, and the URL, and we will give you free advertising for your Black business on this channel. Like, I will shout out several Black businesses every time I do a podcast, and if I forget, somebody can just remind me. And if you follow the Black Business School on Instagram, it's The Real Black Business School. Follow The Real Black Business School on Instagram, and there's a post where I put a video there telling people to, throw out your business, and I will go in here every day and grab Black businesses and shout them out. So hopefully this will help put money in your pocket. I want to see you succeed. So the businesses for today are AIM Wonders, AIMS Wonders.com. So she says, greetings. I'm Maya Jackson, CEO of AIMS Wonders. I am an artist who mainly focuses on painting Afrocentric and nature pieces, but I am diverse. Okay, so her website is aimswonders.com. If somebody could type that in, please type that in the chat, AIMS, aimswonders.com. The next business here is Universe Trip. Their website is coints.com, COYNTS. That's hard to spell, by the way, so you might want to find a different URL, but it's COYNTS, coints.com, helping high school and college students increase their scholarship and financial earnings by thousands of dollars with a curriculum and mentor matching platform. That's interesting. Okay, so it's COYNTS.com, coints.com. The third business I'm going to mention is Original Man Clothing Company. There, I like this URL. It's very easy to pronounce, easy to spell. It's officialoriginalmanclothing.com, officialoriginalmanclothing.com. So somebody go check out their business, do a cash mob on these Black businesses. If you want us to mention your Black business on the channel, just follow the Black Business School on Instagram. Just look for the Real Black Business School, and that's what the Instagram tag is, the Real Black Business School. And you can, and we'll shout out businesses every day, and we'll do it for free advertising for you guys. All right, so do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. The last piece that really stood out to me is Disney stock. I've always liked Disney as a company because they just have great management. They tend to adapt and adjust. And that's really what's happening in this economy. Here's the deal, right? I don't want you to think that the economy is dead. The economy is not dead. The economy just moved. It just wiggled. It just switched position. All the money went from over here to over here, right? But the money's still there. And in fact, some people would even argue that there's more money available than there's ever been. I know businesses that are getting funding at a level that they never could get before the pandemic, and which I have a problem with, actually, because some of these companies should be allowed to go bankrupt because they're just not very good. But anyway, Disney pivoted when everything went down. Disney got hit hard. Disney got hammered. Disney could not make money from their parks. Disney could not make money from live sports. Two of their big revenue generators are their theme parks and ESPN. And so Disney was screwed. So what Disney did was Disney made a pivot, which I thought was great. And in the midst of their pivot, they actually increased their digital subscriber rate to 100 million people. So they have 100 million subscribers now, which was a great piece of information for the analysts. They're going to start releasing their films, through the Disney Plus app. Maybe having premium releases where you can pay money to watch the film. Their film Mulan is very popular. So Disney is turning out to be a great buy. I think the company went up 9% today or something like that, which I think is awesome. So Disney is one that's, and the thing I like about Disney, and this is, in my stock market program, I always told my students I was a huge fan of Disney because I just like companies that have smart management, companies that just have good management, Amazon, Microsoft, they just find a way to make a way. Like, what they understand is a basic idea about economics, which is that there's always a bull market somewhere. I think Jim Cramer uses that phrase and I love it. There's always a bull market. There's always an economy. There's always money out there. You just, have to know how to see where it is and then reposition your business to go get it. And so when we have that conversation about Ebony Magazine and why Ebony Magazine plummeted, why they died pretty much, they've been forced into bankruptcy now, it's because Ebony Magazine didn't have that mentality. Ebony Magazine did not pivot. They could not adjust. They were not flexible. They were not able to survive in the 2005, 2010, 2015 economy because they were built for the 1985 economy. So that's my thought. That's what it is. And there you go. There's my analysis on all this. Now, what would you recommend for someone who's interested in buying stocks? Perfect question. I'll give you a perfect answer. I will show you for free. There's a free training you can get access to on how to buy your first share of stock and also to get free information from the Black Business School. Go to firstshareofstock.com. That's firstshareofstock.com. The training's really good. It's been viewed by over 1 million people. So we've taught over 1 million people in our community how to invest in the stock market. The reason I'm adamant about this is because I am a financial scholar who has done extensive research on this topic. And one of the things I found when I was doing my research was that stock market investing was the #1 driver that pushes people into a higher economic stratosphere. So I said, if I can get millions of Black people to invest in the stock market, even on a basic rudimentary level, you're going to do far better than your friends who are not investing at all. And I can't help those people. I don't know how to talk to them. But I will just tell you, if you go to firstshareofstock.com, it's 4 words, first share of stock, not first share, firstshareofstock.com. The training is free. We offer you a chance to do the mini class for a 90% discount if you want to try it out, but you don't have to do that. The training itself is free. So go to firstshareofstock.com and that'll get you started. Also this weekend, for those of you that are more advanced and want to dig a little deeper, we're doing the Black Stock Market Weekend. So during the Black Stock Market Weekend, which starts this Friday, August 7th, we're going to spend 3 straight days where I'm going to go through an 11-step process I put together specifically for the Black Business School on how to pick, or how I pick stocks for my portfolio. I'm gonna show you what I do for myself, and then I'll train you on that, and you can learn, you can grab whatever what helps you, and not grab what doesn't help you. And then we're gonna do extensive Q&A. So when you're done, it's kind of like you spend that one weekend, you're good for the rest of your life. I guarantee you, after one weekend, you will be set for life. Like, you will literally change the trajectory of your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren just with the basic stuff I can show you, because I've gone through all the research. I've gone through all the advanced theories. I've read the advanced mathematics on how the stock market works, all the complicated stuff that financial analysts and financial advisors talk about and these crazy language they use to confuse you. I've gone through all of that because I teach financial experts. And one thing that happens is you realize that it really comes down to a small number of very basic principles that if you follow these principles, you're going to be better off than 90% of the population. So if you'd like to join us for the Black Stock Market Weekend, feel free to go to blackstockmarketweekend.com. That's blackstockmarketweekend.com. Am I familiar with the Budgetnista? Yes, Tiffany Aliche, we are friends. I love Tiffany Aliche. Tell her I said hello. I want to trade, but I also want to trade Forex. How do you see that market? Forex is a different market. It's not as straightforward as the stock market, not as easy to make money, but Forex is something. We do have a Black Forex program in the Black Business School. So if you go to theblackbusinessschool.com, you can speak to one of the experts. They can guide you to the Forex program. We're going to bring in a Forex teacher at some point, probably this fall. We're going to hire a bunch of teachers. We got a lot of really great real estate people coming through. It's going to be really, really good. Let's see here. Hit the thumbs up button, by the way. Please hit the thumbs up button. Jay Martin says, I've made about $3,000 a month in the stock market. Yeah. And don't get too comfortable. Remember that when times are good, you got to prepare for when times are going to be bad. You know, right now, the stock market, everybody's a stock market expert now, not because they really understand it, but because they made money in it. But studies show that even a monkey, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. Read the book, A Random Walk Down Wall Street by Burt Malkiel. In a market like this, even a monkey who randomly picks stocks by throwing darts at a wall can make money. Like, so literally anybody, a dog could make money in this market. And it's been like that for 15 years because, well, why? Well, because the Fed has been propping up the stock market. The times where it's tough to make money are the times where there's a lot of chaos and the market as a whole is going down. So don't be impressed with people who make money when the market's going up. Be impressed with people who are able to make lots of money when the market's going down. Those are the smart people, or the people who are able to minimize the losses when the market's going down. Those are the experts. So, but right now, because everyone's making money, everybody does it. And they're like, oh, I know how to do it. I know how to invest. A lot of these people don't know anything about stock market theory. They've never really studied it. You know how present value analysis plays a part in the pricing of stocks, and how risk and interest rates and all that can manipulate stock prices, and how to analyze different sectors in different ways. They don't know any of that. They just know I bought 10 stocks, they all went up, or a bunch of them went up, and I made more money than I put in. Well, again, when the market is doing so well on a systematic level, anybody can make money. Like, you could be a 4-year-old and make money as a market. That's why it's silly if you haven't participated. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just trying to encourage you. Pay attention, man. You know, they say the word poor stands for passing over opportunities repeatedly. The stock market has been the #1 wealth building opportunity probably since about the year 1992. So, you know, that's what it is. I'm late. Did you talk about Susu? I didn't talk about Susu. I did a video on Susu yesterday, Susu versus those looms. And I explained the difference. You know, I like to explain the difference on that every now and then because people keep asking me about it because everybody's being invited. And I can just say this, you know, use your common sense. If I tell you that you can give me $200 and you're going to get $1,600 back, there's got to be a catch. There's got to be some fine print to that, right? There's no way that there cannot be fine print to a statement like that, right? So given that you know you have common sense, you know, then why not just at least find out what the fine print is and then decide for yourself if you feel like the risk is worth the trade-off, because everybody doesn't lose money. Now, susus are different from the looms. The looms are the things that everybody's promoting. The susus are just basically simple savings vehicles. They're community-based savings vehicles, which I don't have any issue with that. I don't have any issue with any of it. I'm not going to tell you what to do, what not to do. I would just say that whatever you do in finance and investing, always know what you're getting into. That's the part that that people don't always do, right? But with crypto, when crypto crashed, most experts always knew crypto could crash. I invested in crypto knowing it could crash. It crashed. It's like, oh, well, sometimes it happens. It's like playing basketball. Like, you can't play a basketball game and know that every shot's going to go in. That's not the way basketball works. So you can't invest knowing that every investment is always going to work out, or that you're going to have sure money. There's no such thing as, if somebody says you're guaranteed to make a big high return and the amount is huge, like you're guaranteed to double your money, there really usually is no such thing. Now, the only times where you can have something close to a guarantee of doubling your money is if you find a business opportunity. That's what they call an inefficient market. In an inefficient market, you might have a business opportunity where you find out that there's 100 people at church every Sunday who all want to buy cupcakes after church. And then you figure out, wait a minute, I could make these cupcakes for 50 cents a piece and sell them for $1. So I can flip my money. There's almost a virtual guarantee that I can flip my money. Those types of flips are real. But investing-based flips, susu / blessing loom flips, stock market flips that are guaranteed, Bitcoin, crypto flips that are guaranteed, those are usually not real. So that's what it is. All right, so let's see here. Okay, our best shot is Bob Iger. Oh, okay, all right, okay. I don't have anything to say to that. Blackstockmarketweekend.com. So if you want to join us this weekend, go to blackstockmarketweekend.com. What do I think about Acorns? Acorns is good. Acorns is great for beginners. I like Acorns. Robinhood's okay. They do make it tough for you to move your stocks though. Like, I tried to move some stocks over to Merrill Lynch, and they did make it difficult. Stash made it really difficult. Robinhood made it difficult. And they seem to put these barriers in place to make it hard for you to move your money. They don't stop you from getting your money. I got my money, but I had to call them and all this other stuff. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that hard. That's the one gripe I have with some of these easy trading apps. Let's see here. Fidelity and Robinhood. Yeah, Fidelity's good. Fidelity's old school. I read an article about the family that created Fidelity Investments, and I think that family is worth like $46 billion. It's something crazy like that. And it was really a fascinating article because they said that the family does what you should do when you have that much money, is they're very private. They don't want anybody to know anything about their business. They have all these investments all around the world, and they don't want you to know anything about anything that they're doing with their money. And that's really something that you want to keep in mind. Like, G's move in silence. So when you get those G's and you get those M's in your bank account, you got to move in silence. Don't go bragging. Don't imitate the rappers. Don't show up with the fanciest car, with the fanciest clothes, and tell people how much money you have. And money the psychology of money is utterly fascinating. I wrote my dissertation on investor psychology, and I've been fascinated with the psychology of money ever since. Money is fascinating because money operates on the brain like a drug. Like, money will make an average man suddenly become attractive. Money will make people want to be your friend. Money will make your best friend jealous of you, and you don't even know it. Like, you're just living your best life, and your best friend is jealous, and even your best friend doesn't know how jealous they are, and even they don't understand why they're feeling that way. It's crazy. So I find that the best way to kind of deal with things when it comes to money is I don't talk to my friends about money that much. I just really don't, unless it has to come up. I mean, I'll talk about general stuff like investing and what to do with your money. But I don't really talk about like, oh, Alicia and I just bought a blah, 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 and we just made this much money on the such and such. That you want to talk about creating some problems for yourself. So most wealthy people, if you watch how they move, they don't act like new money. Like, they don't act like rappers. They don't run around wanting you to know how much money they have. Sometimes you can't help it. They know you're a billionaire, that you're just a billionaire. But a lot of times, a lot of these families are as regular as you and I. And and the other thing that's interesting about money is, because money is the center of so much of our existence, right? Most people get up in the morning and we do things because of money. We go to work because of money. You hate your boss, but you smile at your boss because of money, right? You just make sacrifices because of money. What happens when you have enough money? What happens when, your goal was to make $1 million and you make $1 million and your goal is to get a certain kind of car. You get a car like that, or your goal is to have a certain kind of house. You have a house that's big enough. What happens at that point? That's another dilemma a lot of people run into also. That's why if you look around, you'll see a lot of times you'll see really wealthy kids like that become suicidal, or Deion Sanders, when he was like at the peak of his career, he wanted to kill himself. And it's like, why would you kill yourself? You got all the money that you need. You can buy any car, you can go on any vacation, you can get any girl. Well, that's the problem. It's almost like watching every single movie on Netflix, or getting all the way scrolling every single page on the internet, like finishing the entire internet. And then you go off the cliff where you're in this abyss where you've lost your sense of purpose now. And that's when you start seeing them do other things, like maybe giving to others or whatever. And I believe that it's because having enough money, when you get to the point where you've had enough and you really aren't motivated by it anymore, you have to find a new sense of purpose. And Deion Sanders, for example, his purpose came from God. He became a pastor, and suddenly Jesus became his purpose. And that was his motivator. So that's another fascinating thing that happens, is that we spend our whole lives hustling on the grind, trying to make money over everything. Let's figure it out. Let's go get this money. Let's reach our goals. And then what happens, when you reach all your goals, or you have enough money, then you're like, damn, like, why am I even getting out of bed? And I'll be honest with you. I actually had that kind of crisis. That was the closest thing I ever had in my life to a midlife crisis, where I was like, gosh, back when I was younger, I used to hustle because I wanted to be successful and I wanted to have a little bit of money and this, that, and the other. And then I got a little bit of money, and then I realized money wasn't even that important to me. Money was only important to me because I didn't have any. And then I got enough, and then I was like, man, who cares about money, right? So so I had to figure out, like, who am I? What am I? Why am I getting out of bed right now? And if you can't figure out why you're getting out of bed every morning, you will be very unhappy. You will be depressed. So always remember, when you talk about investing, and I know we talked about gold, buying gold and Disney stock, and we've done a lot in this video. So if you haven't watched the whole video, you should start from the beginning, and I think you're going to learn something. But, remember, money is not the destination. Money is part of the journey. Money is not the objective. Money is the tool to reach the objective. So you must ultimately ask yourself, what is the objective? If I had $10 million in the bank right now, what would I do differently? Like, would I still go to my job every day? Would I still have my same friends? Would I still live in the same place? Would I still do the same stuff? Sure, some of those things are going to change, but then what happens when you get enough? What matters then? What's more important than money? There has to be something more important than money. And I think you guys get that already. A lot of you do, but I want to say this just in case you haven't thought about that. Okay, guys. So I hope this helps you. I hope this conversation was good. What's up on Instagram? My Instagram is The Real Voice Watkins. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at The Real Voice Watkins. Shout out to Ice Cube. Ice Cube retweeted my last video. I appreciate that. He's one of my two favorite rappers. I have two favorite rappers, T.I. and Ice Cube. I never met Cube though. I met T.I. in Ghana. Cube I never met. But anyway, also, if you want to join us for the Black Stock Market Weekend, you can go to blackstockmarketweekend.com. That's blackstockmarketweekend.com. It's going to be awesome. You're going to learn a lot. And if you don't feel like you learned a lot, then let us know. We'll give you your money back. We have a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. Also, you can bring your whole family. So pay for one person, but bring everybody, bring your cousins, do a community party if you want to. I don't care. So come check it out. I think you're going to love it. blackstockmarketweekend.com. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. And how do I feel about reparations? That's not even a question. That's what I call a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. It's like asking me, do I think Alicia is beautiful? Yeah. So there we go. So when it comes to reparations, that's an easy one. That's probably the easiest question in the history of the universe, the yes or no part of it. But then the specifics of how to dole out the reparations is where you might have some conversation. But seriously, anybody who's not sure why reparations are deserved and whether or not they should be paid is somebody that I can't even understand, because I don't understand how you think you can do something like that to a group of people for 400 years and then not think that there's going to be a bill to pay at the end of the day. So who knows, maybe America is the ultimate blessing loom, because somebody always pays the price. In economics, we have a saying, there's no such thing as a free lunch. So all those centuries that you thought you were getting a free lunch, all black people, well, guess what? It's time to pay. And we're showing up to collect our check. So cut the check and cut the talk, because we're done playing with y'all. So have a good day, everybody. I will talk to you soon. Be good. Peace.